have the pleasure of having Ms. Kailei Carr, who's going to talk to us about how to power on both personally and professionally.
Hello everyone, how are you doing? Ooh, everybody is chilled out. Between the mimosas and my sister Marla with that beautiful meditation. Ooh, I feel like I just want to curl up with some of those grits and take a nap, right? Well, my name is Kailei Carr. I'm the founder and CEO of the Asbury Group. And the Asbury Group is a transformational leadership firm, and we focus on transformational leadership programs, experiences, and retreats, primarily for women of color. And I have done a lot of work with my sister Marla, and it's so interesting, at my retreat earlier this year, That I Am Light was her song, and she said, that's my song, I didn't even tell them. And it was, there's the divine in this room. I want to thank you for being here, because you could have been any place else. There are people who expected to be here and are not here. And there are some of you in this room who didn't expect to be here, and you're here. You are here for a purpose, and I'm glad to share just these next few minutes with you. So today I'm going to talk about powering on personally and professionally, and I love that I was given that topic because we can't have one without the other. We can't have something going wrong in our personal life and show up at work as our best selves. We can't have something going on at work with a boss who's on left, or a coworker who always has a problem and brings those to us, without having that show up in our personal lives too, right? So you can't separate one from the other. So today, I want to help you power on your personal power. So I want you to do one thing before we get into it, before I give you these tips. Can you just go like this? This. You just turned on your power switch. You just turned it on. You just turned it on. So what I'm going to do for the next few minutes is walk you through ways that you can keep that power on, using the letters from Power On. You with me?
Yes.
All right, the first P, or the only P, is for purpose. Purpose. Some people spend their entire lives trying to figure out what their purpose is in life. I have something for you. You don't have a purpose. You are purposed to be built. You do not have a purpose. Your life is built with purpose. The fact that you are here means that there are certain things that you have been purposed to give, to create, to learn, to do in this lifetime. So we have less than 100 days left in the year. That's real. So what are you going to do between now and the end of the year? What goals are you going to set for 2020? Don't only think about what the goals are, but think about how have you been uniquely tooled and positioned to do certain things and be the person that you are. Purpose. O is about owning. It's about ownership. Holly talked about acting in confidence. Nick talked about all those things that you have, your superpowers. O is about owning those superpowers that you have. What are those strengths that you have, those talents and gifts that you've been born with, that no one else on this earth have the way that you have? What are the skills that you've acquired over time, the education that have gone into those skills building, the experience that you have that have created these skills? What passions do you have that when you do them, you lose track of time? What legacy do you want to leave on this earth? What experiences have shaped who you are? That's O. W is for wisdom. In this Insta culture, we have a lot of people giving a lot of advice. And a lot of people who don't have enough life experience or the right life experience to truly give you the advice that you need to be a better person. Be discerning. learning. And it's not about age, because there are a lot of old folks who I don't want any advice from, okay? So think about the words that you are receiving when you're on social media, when you're in the media, when you're looking to advice, you're looking for advice from people. Are their words? Pay attention to how the words are hitting you. Do those words touch your soul, or do they waver in the wind? Seek wisdom, not just flowery words. E is for experiences. Again, what experiences have you had that have shaped who you are? Some of us feel like, oh, well, that's not a big deal, or it doesn't make sense that I did that because it's not a cookie cutter, linear path. Those things that are in your path that don't make sense, that may seem like they don't make sense, are what makes you interesting. Lean into those things. I love the quote that different is better than better. We have been taught, as we've heard today, that you have to be excellent, and you do. You have to do your best, and you do. But it's not about leaning into being the best person you can be, because we can emulate other people. You can say, oh, I want to be just like Oprah. I want to be just like Beyonce, like Jay-Z, like Bill Gates, and all of those people. You can try your hardest to be Oprah Winfrey, and at the very best, you will be a cheap knockoff. Be the best you can be. The world is waiting for those things that only you can provide. And even when you think about those tough times that have happened, those tough times that when you think about it today and go back to that moment, you well up and you want to bury that they even happened. No. When I think about 2013, when my mother passed away, one business day after I left my job, 2 business days before my husband left his job, right after I got married, I felt like the world was ending. And in hindsight, I realized that the death of her and the thing that hit me at my soul that was so debilitating was also the rebirth of who I am today. I cannot be here on this stage at this moment if it wasn't for my mom passing away, how she did. And I know that she's with me right now. Lean into those experiences. Those experiences have shaped you. R is about recentering and recharging. Marla just got us centered. You hear me? She centered us. Earlier this year, I had a women's leadership retreat called the Beyond the Business Retreat, and it was a transformational leadership experience. And the theme was pause, recharge, level up. And I believe that you cannot have growth, you can't have true growth, transformation, professional development, personal development, leadership development, without doing 2 things. 1, taking a moment to pause and recenter, and 2, to lift your energy, to recharge. And many people in this room, raise your hand when you feel like I called you out, are people who are the ones that everybody calls for favors, who takes care of their offices and their homes and their families and their communities. And we are taking care of so many other people, but not ourselves. So think about, what are those things that bring you joy? What are those things that when you do them, you light up? Prioritize those things. Give yourself permission to do those things that recharge your energy and fill your cup. The O is for optimism. Did you know that optimists live longer and are healthier than pessimists? They are also more resilient, and Marla just talked about resiliency. And don't come to me with, well, I'm not a pessimist, I'm a realist. You're still not an optimist, okay? So I'm talking to you too. I'm talking to you too. Optimism, through optimism, we see possibilities. As leaders, we can help people see our visions, and they're going to follow us. Nobody wants to follow somebody who's a negative Nancy. No. Lean into the positivity, the possibilities. And N is your network. And we've been here for a while today. We've done a lot of networking. And I'm not talking about networking, because there could be some people in this room, I'm not trying to call you out, but if I do, my bad. You may have come here thinking, you know what, I'm going to meet as many people as possible. Building your network is not about meeting as many people as possible. It's about creating true connections and nurturing your relationships with them. Your network, as you may have probably heard, is your net worth. And it's about the wider net of your network, but it's also about the people who are closer to you. Jim Rohn has a quote that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Let that sink in. So when you think about your values, your personality, your income, your well-being, you divide that by 5 and that's you. Do you need a new 5? Do you need a new 5? You have less than 100 days to get your life together before 2020 gets here. So to recap, power, I want you to power on. First, it's purpose. The P. O is owning your superpowers. W is wisdom. E is experiences. R is recentering and recharging. O is optimism. And N is your network. So are you ready to power on? Yes. Thank you so much for spending your time.